What's up, everybody? I'm back. Had a little difficulties. All right. We're going to talk about your boy, Stephen A. I don't really have a problem with Stephen A. Disagree with what he said about Kwame Brown, because we all know if you've played any sports in your life, whatever you do, whether it be on the field or on the court, it can have personal consequences. Meaning, if I'm talking shit while I'm playing basketball, I gotta be prepared to back my shit up. If something shit go wrong, if somebody get mad, I gotta be prepared to back my shit up. And that's always been the rule. You all know somebody who got their ass whipped talking too much shit when you were playing basketball. Same thing applies in the real world. Now you got millions of dollars on the line. Say you're talking about a Kwame Brown. You're saying this and that to get you some money. Because everything you say has financial gain. So don't be surprised when what you're saying you have to answer for. I mean, it's all fun and games when you're making money on it, and nobody calls you on for what you're saying. It's just basketball. But when you're costing this man money because you're saying he has these small hands, or he can't play a lick, now he can't get that contract. I mean, seriously, that could. You say it's business, but it could lead to something personal. Because now this man can't get this contract that he wanted. Now he's out of the league. So, I mean, it's a flip side to it. If you're going to allow yourself the freedom to do these things, you got to be able to back it up. And there's a risk that comes with everything you do. This is the real world. Ain't no separation in this thing. I mean, just for cordial purposes, we'll say it's some separation, but it's not. But you know, them brothers gonna have to hash that out. Which I believe it will be. Kwame waited 20 years to unload on some of these cats. And like Stephen A. said about the Charlamagne, come on now. If that wasn't personal, what was it? Put my seatbelt on, guys. If that wasn't personal, what was it? But that's that group stuff that Kwame was telling y'all about. You get in a group now, no one that can do no wrong that's in that group. There's nobody to tell one of the group members, hey, you messing up. And that's what we lack. Everybody want to be gang. I'm down for riding for my team. But shit, if my team want to go out and do some crazy shit, I'm not not getting involved. And better yet, they're not getting involved. Because I'm about to tell each and every one of them. And it sounds good in your eyes, but I'm gonna let you know what you're trying to do is some bullshit. We have to be able to talk to our people, our friends, our family, cousins, brothers, whoever, and tell them when the situation ain't too wise. Even our white counterparts, you guys have lost it too. Don't try to, it's not even a black thing anymore. This is a people thing. You guys, y'all let Trump, Matt Gaetz, all of these people walk around doing all this crazy stuff and nobody said nothing to them. All because it's gang gang. A Republican, we ain't got nothing to say. When it should have been. Man, you ain't making no sense. Y'all talking about rushing the Capitol? Nah, we ain't about to do that. I'm gonna let you know that one. We ain't about to do that one. So it's a lot of that going on right now. So Kwame has time to think. Now you're seeing what's coming out of his mouth as you're looking at the worldly affairs. And if you listen to the brother, you're trying to belittle him, talking about he's ranting. When you rant every day when you get on Sports Center, you get paid for it. But because he's on the internet, sitting in his $1 million house, sitting in his car, it's somehow not as important. I'm not with that. I can't subscribe to that. You know? I'm just an everyday guy. I'm just an everyday guy. I'm just gonna put it out there. And you know, I think in each one of those situations, it's some real individuals in it. I mean, if they got beef, of course they're gonna bring out the worst in the other person. But I'm not saying all you guys out there are doing all bad. From Stephen A. to Matt Barnes to Steven Jackson. But it's just on some man stuff. We all know the consequences that come along when you talk about another man. Now, sometimes you might be able to get that off. And it's all good. But there's going to be those times when you're going to have to answer for them, some of the stuff you say. Now, you can't be like, nah, it's just business. Or we were just talking basketball. Isn't basketball real living? Isn't that real life? Is that some altar place that we go? No, it occupies some of the time that we spend on this earth. So, I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there. Yeah, I gotta thank my wife. She made some good breakfast. Thank you, baby. But yeah, like I remember when Jalen Rose, I remember the interview. I was 100% behind him. I wasn't looking at Jalen Rose like, because what he tried to do was he tried to single Jalen Rose out, like Jalen Rose wouldn't call a dude a scrub on the street. Probably would. We probably would. If we're playing in the game and there's a dude you get in his head You're gonna call him a scrub. That's just part of the game. But you're gonna answer for it too. Now it could go, like I said, it could go one of two ways. He might be like, whatever. Or he might be like, so what's up? There's always a so what's up. I'm telling you. I've seen it too many times. Talking shit turns into something else. And it's just real. Like, you struck a nerve. You know what I'm saying? You said something, now you gotta back that up. And nobody really remembers why or who or what. All they want to know, all they remember is so and so was talking shit and got his ass whipped. But no, hey, it wasn't even that serious. So hey, you remember so and so? What? Man, he said the wrong thing to the old boy. Bust this damn dome. That's real talk. I don't know how else to tell y'all. So what I'm saying is, man, it's real stuff going on. And, you know, the Charlemagne situation, I'll speak on that. I'm not a fan. I mean, he picks his spots, like Charlemagne. I'm talking about Charlemagne. I mean, I don't know about, I can't say the same about DJ Envy. I'm not going to put him in there. I'm not going to put Angela Yee in there. I will say they stand by, but, you know, money is money. They're trying to protect the bag. But I've seen them step up. I've seen them look uncomfortable at times with your boy Charlemagne at the helm of things. But Charlemagne, is another example of, you say something, he knows this. He knows the consequences behind this. But for whatever reasons, he's willing to take them more often. I mean, it's almost as if he's like, man, I got to a point in life where nothing matters. It's like it's a mission it's like you're playing with your life. And that's what it looks like to me, because he talks about people. He dials it back. He does dial it back sometimes. Like when Birdman, I don't think he wanted that smoke. But I see him want smoke with Lil Mama. Come on, I seen that. I was kind of bothered by that, you know. She was a young girl, and they was watching her cry. And it was a meme, but come on. I mean, she's a young girl. What are we doing here? Does it seem funny at first? But then you look at it, this is a grown man up here talking crazy. Getting his clicks by humiliating this young woman. All the way up to when he was almost had beef with your boy from Onyx, Fred Joe Star. I mean, you have to be held accountable for the stuff that you say. I mean, we are living real life, so stuff spills over. But I mean, you take a person like 50 Cent. He never cared about being. I mean, he'll say what he want to say, and dare a person to say what's up. And there's some people out there that live that life, and they're prepared to answer for it. If you don't live that life, then don't get out here talking about somebody done wronged you after you said something and act like it wasn't nothing. You should be like, I said it. And that's just how I felt about that. And if there was any consequences, then so be it. That's how you should be. You know what I'm saying? But nah. I think we're moving the arrow so it works in your favor. The depending on what's going on, Charlemagne. Come on, man. You're Stephen A. I mean, he treads the line, but Charlemagne, bro, you find anything you do you find anything you can do to humiliate young brothers and sisters. It's like Robin Hood. Then you think, okay, I'm gonna rob these folks of their integrity, rob them of their respect, and then I'm gonna give back by writing a book of talking about social issues on CNN. Bro, that stuff don't make you don't get us ahead. You just you trying to even it out. Cause you robbing us, then you getting them, putting the money back in. We not going no forward. When people are trying to get bags, Monique, which we all knew that was ludicrous, it's the way we talk to her and say, Monique, hey. Let the peers talk, but if she's trying to get the bag, let her get it. But if you don't want her to get the bag, say that. And know that there's consequences for it. You know what I mean? It's just an early morning conversation. Because we are in some crazy times right now. We do need to get back to the elders. But we have to find the elders. The elders aren't even the same anymore. Like, there's no example. I mean, we can look further back, but we're so disconnected. It don't make no sense. So, you know, I agree with a lot of stuff that Kwame says. I kind of don't agree with, well, I can't say I agree with Candace Owens. As you look at her agenda, it's totally different. I mean, and this is not just not wanting to hear her talk. I've seen young brothers go on the internet and destroy her with valid talking points. So this ain't no just I'm looking at you and don't like you. This is Candace Owens has an agenda, and it's not the black people's agenda. I mean, there's no way you can chop. You can't tell me. Okay, does she give us a couple of points? There's a point to being able to get money on your own, which is Republicans and some of the, I guess, people that go towards the Republican side who are not necessarily, or do not necessarily say they identify with being racist, but they do identify with wanting people to be able to get money on their own. People to be held accountable, not giving out free handouts. That's what they say they identify with. So they go towards the Trump side. And that's what, I mean, there's some benefits to that. But then there is we have to be able to help each other. And that's why I lean more towards the Democratic side. Now, that's only when you're talking about that, because there's some things that Democrats have done that I don't like either. And I won't touch on that topic right now, because that's for another day. But for the most part, if I had to lean anyway, which I would lean up towards the Democrat side, because democracy has to hold up. This cannot be a white America without other nationalities, other ethnicities. It cannot be. And for those who want to go back to those times, no. It cannot be. It has to be somebody who can stand up and say, nah, that's not happening. It's just me talking to you guys in the morning. You know, it's just me letting you know what us blue collar workers think about it. Ain't no gang, just work. You know, just putting in work, right? That's all I'm gonna say about that, man. You guys gotta, we we got to get together. I agree. And we got to be able to agree to disagree. I want to hear your points. I want you to bring them all to the table. Because it needs to be different viewpoints out there. Because sometimes my way ain't always the right way. Your way may not be the right way, but if we can meet somewhere in the middle, if both of us have some type of sense to know that the evolution of all people is what's important here. If your thoughts are only on your game, and that's where a lot of your passion comes from, then we can't look to you to lead the people, Trump, because we will be no people soon because of the fact that, like I said, you're only living for now. We have to live to keep this thing going. Climate control, all of those things are real. It's getting hot as hell out here. I look up and there's only 2 months of winter, 1 month of winter, and it's hot as hell outside. Sometimes in the winter it get hot. But you can't tell me, if you've been living on this earth for as long as I have, which is not as long as some other people, I'm sure they can tell you even more. Times are changing. You can't tell me you don't see all the industrialization that we're doing out here. Cutting trees down, just all type of crazy stuff. Putting these trucks and stuff on the road and all these fumes and all this stuff. You can't tell me that stuff not doing nothing to the environment. It's not changing stuff. And anytime there's a change, you know what's gonna happen. Cause and effect, man. Consequences. That's my only thing. There's consequences behind the stuff that we do. And you can act like they're not, but they are. I'm just putting that out there, man. So we out here, man. And it's hard to believe that most people don't believe in just basic human rights. It's very hard to believe. But it's true. Not most people, but it's true. There's some people out there, they really don't believe that they believe that if you don't look like them, then you're not a human being. And I think it's probably the uneducated ones. And I don't mean going to school and getting a degree. I'm talking about educate yourself. If you feel inadequate, then you're going to have to find a way to make yourself feel better by looking at different people and saying, hey, I'm better than them just because I look this way. Anybody who looks like me, we winning. You know what I'm saying? I think we should judge people on their own merit. If you could bring a skill to the table, which we all are born with skills. I don't care who you are, you're born with something. Now, if you choose not to bring that out or bring that to the table, that's another conversation. That's what you choose. And then, like I said, you'll be judged off that. Now, I'm not saying judge to say we need to kill you, beat you down, choke you. You don't have rights to basic human. No. I'm saying you, when they say your name, this is what you're about, because you've shown this. Judge you off your good deeds. Judge you off your hard work. Because there's always be a time in life where you can look at things and say, yeah, I did that. That was me. Yeah, I messed up. We all have those days. If you don't have those days, then you're not, I guess you're perfect. You're not perfect, but I guess you're perfect. I'm just saying. Sometimes even if you say something you're not willing to stand on, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. There's somebody out there gonna make you stand for it. Unless you, now if you ain't got nothing to stand on, if you just go along, whatever, you can get by. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can get by. I don't know how far you get or how much respect you'll get, but you can get by. And there's some people who made it like that, switch weapons. But there's always going to be somebody who's going to call you out. We live in a world of many people, of different personalities. Some people have different meters of what gets them hot. Some people go from 0 to 100 real quick. Some people might be a little short on that. But if you walk around this earth talking the stuff that you talk, you will run into both of those individuals. And it could end bad for you. But that's life. Man, you could try to hide, but shit, I'm telling you. They're gonna visit you. That's the beautiful